At Campus Christian Fellowship, our mission statement is engaging students where they are and equipping them to follow Christ so that they might impact the world through him. In order to accomplish this mission statement, we've chosen to focus on 5 core values of CCF. And those 5 core values are making disciples, doing acts of service together, having authentic community, teaching biblical truth, and bathing everything in prayer. So instead of me just trying to explain even further what those core values are, we thought it would be best to hear from our students, from current students and alums, how they have had those core values shape and impact their lives. So let me turn now to our students to hear about the core values of CCF.
A big emphasis of CCF is training students to take leadership in their own spiritual lives and in their faith. We're encouraged to reach out to other students on our own, not just let the campus ministers do everything.
I graduated with the intent to find a job that I liked and make some money before anything. But a year after doing that, I was still being mentored by the staff, by John Woodward, and he continued to interfere in my life until I finally went on the mission field to San Francisco, California, inner city, working with gang members, and a year internship turned into 12 years in the Bay Area. And I would not have ever gotten to that place in my life if it wasn't for CCF and all of the encouragement and relentless pursuit of relationship, even through all of my college age angst. And there was a lot, but I was loved through it, like deeply loved. And I guess that's what I just want to encourage and thank you for, is that depth of relationship. That's what I was seeking. That's what I vaguely knew I needed, and that's exactly what CCF gave me.
The reason why I believe that we should keep our focus and just make sure that we still do service projects moving forward during this time, because I believe that they're just so important. Like, because I myself have grown as a Christian by doing service projects with CCF, and I believe as a Christian it's important to serve your community, to help people, just to reach out to someone whenever they need help, or share your faith with them while you're next to them. I also believe that, especially during this time of chaos and confusion with just this pandemic, that people could use a little bit of service during this time.
One of my favorite things I love to do is we always go on a spring break mission trip. And honestly, what sticks out in my mind as one of my favorite mission trips is our time that we went to Mexico, my first mission trip that I had gone on with CCF. And so we took people from every single campus that we're at, and we went down and we helped build a drop-down ceiling, and we did VBS for the kids, and honestly, it was spectacular. Not only were we able to show God's love to people down there, but we were able to connect with one another, to make new friends, and to meet amazing people. I got to know the campus ministers over the course of the last couple years of John, Johnson, and Aaron. Shout out to you guys. They have been an amazing influence on my life, and just all the friends that I've made. It has been such a blessing to have them in my life, and I'm sure that I'll continue to have them in my life for a very long time.
CCF has also impacted the way that I serve in my church. The fact that I'm not just a participant, but also a leader serving in small groups and a leader of different ministries throughout the church, both the local church and the global church.
CCF provided me with a community in a place where I had none. So when I first moved to UNI, I didn't really know anybody. And so CCF provided me with a community that I needed while I was in school, and then a community that challenged me in my faith and helped me to grow in my faith. And CCF gave me the opportunity to learn how to build community. So through leadership opportunities, I was able to help plan events and help plan Bible studies and lessons and different social activities that help to grow and foster community. And that was a different take on community than just being a student and showing up to events that were planned for me to grow, but instead to turn around and have the opportunity to plan things for other students to grow as well was definitely beneficial for me. CCF provided me with a community that I still keep in contact with today, but then CCF has also provided me with the skills to build community wherever I go. And for that, I am incredibly grateful, and I believe in this ministry 100% in the things that it does for our students, not just while they're in school, but even in the future as they move on into the working world or wherever they may go after graduation.
CCF has also impacted my understanding of what Christian community looks like and the value that it has. It is because of CCF that I intentionally seek out Christian community and that I have that community in my life walking alongside me through the goods and the bads of everyday things. And you could definitely say that Campus Christian Fellowship has had an impact on my daily routines, on my priorities, the priority of having Christian community and the priority of being very intentional in my conversations with others.
Another way that it really impacted me was, I think, just the emphasis on studying scripture. We did a lot of Bible studies of scripture that went really in depth, I think more in depth than a lot of other Bible studies I've been in. And our messages on Tuesday nights at the gathering, they were always really scripture focused. And so the challenge for me was to always continue to bring things back to scripture, to not just focus on my own ideas, but to come back to that and ask myself, okay, where do I see this in scripture? And yeah, how can I continue to learn from that?
I was taught, but not just like to parrot things back. I was taught to seek answers for myself. I didn't even know how to read the Bible at that point. And instead of being read to and pointed to specific things, I was encouraged to really study it and find what I thought the meaning was and where I thought it was leading me.
Our final core value at Campus Christian Fellowship is that of prayer. And it's a little bit harder to share stories about how prayer has been impactful, because the way that we view prayer here is that it should be a part of everything that we do. And so every aspect of our ministry, we want to be bathed in prayer. With that in mind, we wanted to include some prayer requests and some things that we would ask for you to be praying for CCF for this coming year.